Hello everyone, this is Akhier, and this is something quite different from what I usually do. You might notice, instead of a game, I'm on a website, Fantastic Fiction, a decent place to look up fiction books and their authors. More specifically, I'm on the page for Tamora Pierce, a great author, but we're focusing on just one series of her books, Circle of Magic, a wonderful little quadrilogy, though most of what I say will also apply to Circle Opens and Circle Reforged, since it's one big series that just so happens to be broken into quadrilogies instead of just going 1, 4, 7, blah, 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 keep going like that. Which I actually like. It makes it a little more consumable. But anyway, this series is probably going to be called something like Books I'm Rereading or Books I've Reread. Probably that second one. But that pretty much explains what it is. These are books that I've reread. Or more specifically in this case, I just finished reading the Circle of Magic series. Completely started yesterday. Just something I do. But this is the 4th time I've reread the books. That kind of says something about what I think of them. I enjoy them quite a bit. One of the reasons is you've probably read a story that was like, wow, there's a lot in this. That's exactly what in this series. It's like I reread one of the books and it's like, this is like a trilogy from another series of books worth a story. And they're not big books. I think like most of the ones in this first quadrilogy I think they're under 200 pages, some of them. Or most of them. I don't know. But yeah, they pack a lot in a small space, and I definitely appreciate that. There are also books that, when I start reading, I just don't stop until I finish reading it. Though, admittedly for me, that doesn't mean as much for other people because that happens to me a lot. I really like books. Just throwing that out there. But, yeah, overall, it's a really good series, and let's actually go to the first book, because it has a good setup. Here begins the tale of Daja, Briar, Trish, and Sandri. 4 children brought to Winding Circle Temple for training in crafts and magic. They are outcasts in their homeland, but in this magical place they are valued and respected for their special powers. As you might notice with the mention of magic, this is taking place in a fantasy setting, and the world building is really nice. I like the whole setting completely. It's one of the 2 settings that Tamora Pierce has going at the moment, from what I can tell. This setting, the circle setting, and then also the setting that the Song of the Lioness started, which was actually her first series, and probably end up talking about that later as well. This series continues, but, I'm focusing on this right now. Anyway, the description basically tells you what it is. It's bringing together 4 kids into one place and making them grow up a bit. The 3 girls and a boy. I guess I should note that people consider many of her books contain feminist themes. I don't really see it, but I'm not the best one to judge. It's like, I guess the main character in most of them are girls. Okay, that's the thing. Probably be empowering, so if you have a young child that's a girl, books. That brings me to another thing. I will note that while I found it in the young adult section of my library first, it was also in the children's section. So there isn't any kind of really naughty stuff going on. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of heavy subjects covered. Like the one starting point for the one character, Sandri, is basically she's trapped in a cellar because, oh my god, there's a plague in the town and people are attacking the nobility because they're blaming them or something. Don't really ever get what happens because it's just starting thing. But yeah, death and stuff happens. All kinds of sadness. It's really a good story. And that's really what it comes down to for me. The story's good. And that covers so many things. But I can't really say much more because I'm just going to start repeating that over and over. I'm not going to give any kind of rating or any kind of score or anything like that. It's just a book that I've reread, a number of books actually, and I find it worthwhile. It might not be to everyone's taste, but I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I figured, hey, I might as well share this. If anything, it's worth a look. If you're at a local library or something, take a look. Sandry's book, or The Magic in Weaving, since apparently if it was sold originally in America, you have one name, and if it was sold originally in UK, you get the other name, because that makes sense. But yeah, good stuff. I definitely enjoyed the books myself. Hopefully you will as well. In fact, if you have read these and you enjoyed it yourself, leave some comments. Try to keep it relatively argument-free, because this is an opinion. If you hated the books, that's fine. Say about it, but we don't really need to get into internet arguments, or else I will ban you. just gonna put that out there. I will wield the ban hammer. But yeah, if you just have an opinion on the books, leave it in the comments. If you liked what I talked about here, whether you like the books or not yourself, please leave a like. And if you really think what I'm doing is a horrible thing, leave a dislike, and that'll tell me about whether I should do this some more or not. Also, there isn't any kind of schedule for this series of stuff. This is basically just, I just finished rereading something and I want to share it. So I am. Circle of Magic. Good quadrilogy. I liked it. Rest of the ones in this series of circle books, I also like. So for now, this is Akhier, and I'm signing off.